Did you know that over 70% of engine wear happens during cold starts? That's right. Most of the damage to your engine occurs before you even hit the road. Are you making mistakes that could silently destroy your car every time you start it in cold weather? In this video, we'll uncover the 7 most common cold start mistakes that are wrecking your engine and how to avoid them. Stick around, because saving your engine could be as simple as changing just one habit. Number 1. Revving the engine. Revving the engine immediately after a cold start might seem harmless or even a quick way to warm up your car, but it's actually one of the most damaging things you can do to your engine. When your car sits overnight or in cold weather, the engine oil settles and becomes thicker due to lower temperatures. At this point, the oil hasn't yet circulated to the critical moving parts like the pistons, camshaft, crankshaft, and bearings. These parts rely on a thin film of oil to reduce friction and protect against metal-on-metal contact. When you rev the engine right after starting, you're forcing these components to work harder and spin faster without adequate lubrication. This sudden stress not only increases wear and tear on the engine but can also lead to scuffing and scoring of the cylinder walls, damaging seals, and reducing the engine's overall lifespan. Furthermore, revving too soon causes rapid temperature changes in the engine, which can lead to cracks in sensitive components like the head gasket or even warping of metal parts. Instead, allow your car to idle for 30 seconds to a minute after starting, especially in colder climates. This gives the oil enough time to flow to all the vital components and ensures the engine is properly lubricated before you start driving or increasing RPMs. Remember, patience during a cold start can save you thousands in repair bills down the road. Number 2. Hard acceleration. Flooring the gas pedal or accelerating hard right after starting your car might feel thrilling, but it's a sure way to harm your engine, especially during a cold start. When your car has just started, the engine oil is still cold and hasn't reached its optimal viscosity or circulated fully to lubricate all the moving parts. Accelerating hard at this point puts excessive strain on components like connecting rods and the crankshaft, which are forced to work under insufficient lubrication. This sudden stress can cause premature wear on engine parts, increase friction, and even lead to micro damage like scuffing on the cylinder walls or bearing surfaces. Over time, these small damages add up, reducing your engine's efficiency and lifespan. Furthermore, cold starts often leave the engine running on a richer fuel mixture, meaning there's more fuel and less air in the combustion process. Hard acceleration during this phase can lead to incomplete combustion, causing carbon deposits to form on engine components like the spark plugs and valves, further impacting performance. To prevent this, always drive gently for the first few minutes after starting your car, especially in colder weather. Avoid hard acceleration and high RPMs until the engine reaches its normal operating temperature. This not only protects your engine but also improves fuel efficiency and ensures a smoother driving experience. If you are learning something from this video, make sure to give this video a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more car-saving tips and tricks. Drop a comment below if you've got questions or tips of your own. I'd love to hear them. Number 3. Too many start attempts. Turning the key or pushing the start button repeatedly when your car doesn't start might seem like the only option, but it's a habit that can cause serious damage to your vehicle. When you make too many start attempts, you put excessive strain on the starter motor and solenoid, which are not designed for prolonged or repeated use in quick succession. Over time, this can burn out the starter, leading to expensive repairs or even leaving you stranded. Frequent start attempts can also drain the car battery quickly, especially in cold weather when the battery is already underperforming due to low temperatures. This can leave you with a completely dead battery, requiring a jump start or replacement. However, if the engine is flooded, where too much fuel enters the combustion chamber, it can lead to fouled spark plugs, making it even harder for the engine to start. To avoid these problems, follow a more measured approach. If your car doesn't start on the first try, wait a few seconds before attempting again to give the starter motor a break. If the engine doesn't start after 3 or 4 attempts, stop and investigate the root cause. Common issues include a weak battery, fuel system problems, or a faulty ignition system. Addressing these issues promptly can prevent further damage and keep your car running reliably. Number 4. Not letting the engine idle. Rushing off immediately after starting your car might feel like you're saving time, but in reality, you're setting your engine up for long-term damage. When you start your car, especially in cold weather, the engine oil is still thick and hasn't had time to circulate throughout the system. Oil is the lifeblood of your engine, providing a protective barrier that reduces friction between moving parts. If you don't let the engine idle for at least 30 seconds to a minute, these components will start working under insufficient lubrication. This leads to increased wear and tear, particularly on the cylinder walls and bearings. Over time, this can reduce engine efficiency, cause overheating, and lead to costly repairs like replacing worn-out parts or even a complete engine rebuild. Moreover, idling allows the engine to reach an optimal temperature for combustion. Without this warm-up phase, the fuel mixture remains rich, which can lead to incomplete combustion. This not only wastes fuel but also increases carbon buildup in the engine, reducing performance and lifespan. To avoid these issues, always let your engine idle briefly after starting, especially in colder conditions. This small habit ensures proper oil flow, reduces friction, and helps your engine operate efficiently right from the start. Number 5. Not using the choke. If your vehicle has a carbureted engine and you're skipping the use of the choke during a cold start, you're making a critical mistake that can harm your engine. The choke is designed to enrich the air-fuel mixture, providing the extra fuel needed for combustion when the engine is cold. Without using the choke, the engine struggles to start and may idle roughly or even stall repeatedly. This places unnecessary strain on the starter motor and battery. More importantly, an improper air-fuel mixture can lead to incomplete combustion. When this happens, unburned fuel can wash down the cylinder walls, stripping away the thin oil layer meant to protect them. This increases friction and wear on the pistons and cylinder walls, reducing the engine's lifespan. However, running a cold engine without the choke can lead to misfires, causing stress on the valves and potentially cracking sensitive components like the exhaust manifold due to abrupt temperature changes. To avoid these issues, always engage the choke during cold starts if your vehicle requires it. Once the engine warms up and the idle stabilizes, you can gradually disengage the choke to allow normal operation. If you're unsure about the proper use of the choke, refer to your owner's manual or consult a mechanic. Number 6. Over-priming. Priming a carbureted engine, essentially pumping the gas pedal too many times before starting, might seem like a way to guarantee your car fires up, but it's a habit that can cause more harm than good. When you over-prime, you flood the carburetor with excess fuel, which can spill into the engine's combustion chambers. This leads to a condition known as flooding, where there's too much fuel and not enough air for proper combustion. Flooding can make the engine harder to start and, in some cases, prevent it from starting altogether. Even worse, Unburned fuel can wash down the cylinder walls, stripping away the protective oil layer. This increases friction between the pistons and cylinder walls, accelerating wear and reducing the engine's lifespan. Over time, this habit can also foul the spark plugs, leading to misfires, rough idling, and reduced performance. To avoid overpriming, follow the proper procedure for starting a carbureted engine as outlined in your owner's manual. Typically, this means pressing the gas pedal once or twice to engage the choke and deliver just enough fuel for a cold start. If the engine doesn't start, wait a few seconds before trying again. Number 7. Adding too much throttle during start. Pressing down on the throttle excessively while starting your car might feel like you're helping it fire up faster, but in reality, you could be doing more harm than good. Modern fuel-injected engines are designed to regulate the air-fuel mixture automatically during startup. By adding too much throttle, you disrupt this balance, potentially flooding the engine with fuel. This can lead to incomplete combustion, fouled spark plugs, and difficulty starting the engine. In carbureted engines, excessive throttle during start can flood the combustion chamber with fuel similar to overpriming. This can wash away the thin layer of oil on the cylinder walls, increasing friction and wear over time. This habit can cause damage to components like the pistons, rings, and valves, shortening the engine's lifespan. Furthermore, forcing the engine to start with an improper air-fuel mix can strain the starter motor and battery. To prevent these issues, avoid pressing the accelerator pedal during startup unless your owner's manual specifically advises it. For most modern cars, all you need to do is turn the key or press the start button and let the vehicle's computer handle the rest.